Hello, this is BlindCamel, Global War 1936, Operation Smoking Snakes, turn 3.4 UK and 3.5 Free France. So, since the last Allied turn, the Germans have come in and taken over all of France. Vichy France has been formed, and Free France as well. So, I thought long and hard about what I'm going to do for the British turn. Britain's currently only at war with Italy, but the first thing that I'm going to do is to declare war on Germany as well. And when I do that, Belgium aligns. So these three Belgian infantry become British infantry. And this Belgian militia becomes a British militia. And British income goes up 3 for Belgium, and it's already up 3 from Poland alliance. So British income goes up to 32. We also, and this is a new 4.3 change, Britain gets to go up 1 in the following any two of anti-sub warfare, long-range aircraft, or heavy strategic bombing. Now, long-range aircraft is already on stage 2 and can't go any higher, so I'll bring Britain up 1 on heavy strategic bombing and on anti-sub warfare. So, because we can't do more of those, when we do our tech rolls, we'll do them on heavy strategic bombing and radar. So, anti-sub should also, anti-sub and long range are stage 2. Let's roll for heavy strategic bombing. That is a 1, that's a miss. So that stays on stage 1. And then radar. That's a 7, that's a hit. Alright, so that's good. Great Britain also gets, and I believe this is just for free right now, if I'm reading the rules right. Anyway, I won't attack with them this turn just to make sure. I get 2 militia in home country, which I'm going to place in London. Then I get 2 colonial infantry. And I'm not going to worry about supply, because my understanding of the rules is they don't actually need supply. They just need territories outside of home country with an IPP value. So I'm going to put 1 of them in Lower Egypt and 1 of them in Transjordan. So that'll be that. Let's get on to purchases. So the UK had 9 to spend thanks to enemy subs. So I'm going to buy a railroad and terrain for 4 and advance the heavy cruiser on stage 2 up to stage 1 for 5. So that's all 9 there. I'm going to spend 4 IPP as FEC, this AA gun, and I'm going to spend 2 IPP as the Anzac for another militia. So that'll leave me with 1 each for FEC and Anzac, and use all of the remaining British money. And then, oh yeah, I had thoughts about that, but no, I'm not actually going to do that. So this British submarine is going to go into Sea Zone M2 and attempt to raid the Italian subline. And then this medium bomber is going to leave London, go 1, 2, 3, and attack Western Germany, as well as these 3 British infantry from Belgium will go into Western Germany. And this fighter will go 1, 2, 3 from Warsaw. And as far as I can tell, there's no German fighters that can intercept any of this. Jambaaro can, if he wants to, scramble this German fighter from Bavaria into Western Germany. I'm going to assume he doesn't want to, but we'll deal with it in post if he turns out he does. I'm also going to take this infantry from East Poland and move it into Slovakia, along with these 2 infantry in Dolnoslaski, and this cavalry from Warsaw, and this cavalry from West Poland. So that's 3 infantry and 2 cavalry versus 1 infantry in the mountains. Hopefully I come out on top of that. And then the other combat movement, this seaplane on map and this destroyer from the First Fleet are going to engage this German coastal submarine, and this sub, this fighter, and this light cruiser are going to engage this transport. Now he can, if he wants, scramble the coastal defense ship, and I'm going to assume he does want to. Again, if he turns out he doesn't, we'll fix it in post. Yeah, so the coastal defense ship will scramble to defend this transport. We'll see if this was a smart idea or not later. Yeah, and then if I'm reading the rules correctly, you need an airplane on map to attack an enemy submarine. So unless the submarines want to engage, which I'm sure they don't. So yeah, we'll worry about designating escorts later. And that should be any more attacks. Yeah, I don't think so. Alright, so I guess we'll start with this convoy rating. It's a sub, so it should be at +2, I believe it is. Man, I really should review those rules too. Let's see. Yeah, +2 if submarine. Alright. Cool, so I need a couple of D6s. So we'll do black as attacker, 10 is defender. So 6 plus 2 is 8. So yeah, that would be 3 damage, but 1 maxes out the line. So that'll be 1 off the Italians. We'll just leave those dice there. I have a feeling we'll be using them a lot. We'll play out this. So the seaplane attacks at a 3. The destroyer attacks at a 4. And the coastal sub, I believe, defends at a I think it's a 2. Let me also double check that. Yeah, coastal sub defense are 2. Okay. Alright, so red will be the seaplane, black will be the destroyer. So 5 misses and 9 misses. And the coastal sub gets to fire back on a 2. 11 misses. Okay, so this sub is submerged, but no one dies. Quite disappointing. Alright, so we'll move on to this attack in West Germany. Again, assuming that he doesn't scramble. So we have 3 infantry. The infantry at 2s. That's disappointing. We have a medium bomber at, I think it's a 7. Yeah, medium bomber at a 7 and the fighters at a 6. So start with a medium bomber. That's an 8, that's a miss. Fighter. That's a 12, that's a miss. Man, this is going great. Germans fire back. The light armor defends at a 1, the infantry at a 4. So red will be light armor, black will be infantry. That's a 1. It hits. I'll lose an infantry. Let's try this again. 2 infantry at 2s. Those are both misses. Red is medium bomber at 7. Black is fighter at 6. Man, I can't hit a dang thing today. Alright, so then he defends. Red is light tank at 1. Black is infantry at 4. And that's super infantry. Kills another British infantry. Alright, I'm going to attack one more time. Hopefully my luck changes. Alright, so this will be the British infantry to 2. Nothing. Red will be medium bomber to 7. Black is fighter to 6. Okay, 2 hits. So they're both going to die, but let's see if they take anything out with them. So again, red is light tank at 1. Black is infantry at 5. Alright, finally. Alright, so I take the territory with 1 British infantry. And so so Germany's down a major factory, which means, well, I guess it doesn't really matter. It may mean that they have to pull back a diplomat, but they only have one diplomat right now in the Netherlands. But income-wise, Britain goes up 4 to 37. Germany goes down 4 to 27. Yeah, we'll figure out the airplanes' movements later. I guess we'll move on to here. So the sub gets to attack at a 3. It has first strike. There's no enemy destroyer, but it misses. The light cruiser attacks at, what is that, a 5. Target selected a 3 or less. It's a 10 that misses. The fighter attacks at 6. Okay, so the fighter hits. He has to take the coastal defense ship, which defends at a 6. So coastal defense ship misses. I assume that we just say that I keep rolling until I kill this transport. If that's not the case, again, we'll fix it in post. So for no losses, we kill that transport and the coastal defense ship and clear the sea zone. All right. Okay, so now final battle is this one in Slovakia. We've got 2 British cavalry at 2s and 2 British infantry, sorry, 3 British infantry at 1s because of the mountains. And everything misses, great. And the 1 German infantry is at a 4, and he misses, so the British will attack again. And miss, and the 1 German infantry fires back. He hits, and I guess I'll lose an infantry. I'll try this again. So we've got 1 fewer die. Again, black is infantry, red is cavalry. Close, but no hits. German infantry fires back. Misses. Alright. Red's cavalry. Again, close, but I need a 2, not a 3. German infantry fires back. Misses. Cavalry again is red. No, everything misses. German infantry. He hits. I'll take a cavalry. Alright, so red die. I guess we'll keep the one that rolled a 1. So that's what we need. Alright. Try this again. Nothing. German infantry. Misses. Attack again. Nothing. Alright. German infantry. He hits again. I'll lose the British infantry. Alright. Let's try this one more time. Red is cavalry. Nothing. The Germans fire back and hit. Alright, I'll take it on the Cav and I'll retreat to East Poland. That's unfortunate. Alright. That should be all the combat. Non-combat, I'm going to move. Yeah, I'm going to put this transport into port. I'm going to otherwise move the entire first fleet up 1, 2, 3, which I can do even with the battleship thanks to the port. And we're obviously in supply. We're right here. So it's going to go up here. So this Polish fighter can join the first fleet and land on this light carrier. And then the medium bomber with a +1 from the airbase can go back and join the 17th. This RAF fighter will land in southern England. We're going to consolidate these 3 Polish infantry into Warsaw, and that's all the movements we can do there. We're going to move the entire 4th fleet into C zone M2, and then we're going to see, we'll move this destroyer down 1, 2, and put a bunch of stuff on escort duty. So if we were submerged, structured convoy, escort. Yeah, well, let's use maritime air control. So basically we're going to put all our destroyers on escort duty. We can also put entire fleets on escort duty, so we're going to do that for the 4th fleet and the 1st fleet. Will we do that for the 1st fleet? No, I guess we won't do it for the 1st fleet. I'd much rather have him ignore my fleet with his subs than ignore my entire fleet with his. See, I think I can put this destroyer on escort duty since all it did was anti-sub rating. But if not, let me know. This TBD, this destroyer, this destroyer, this TBD, this transport's going to go in port. I believe that is. No, I guess I don't want this on escort duty either because I don't want him ignoring my fleet. Alright. Basically, all my destroyers are on escort duty. That part's good. Yeah, I don't think I forgot anything there. Alright, then in no, I guess we'll leave it like that. This British infantry is going to rail to. I guess it doesn't make a difference. Alright, I'll just walk to Rhodesia. South can't move. Oh yeah, that's right. Didn't have any combat moves planned here anyway, but non-combat. This FEC transport is going to go 1, 2, and go in port in Aden. And basically this whole fleet except for this heavy cruiser. It's going to do the same. They're all in port there. No, that's militia. So that's all fine there. I'm doing with the FEC infantry. Oh, is that what that infantry was doing? Yes, that is what that infantry was doing. All right. Well, in that case, we will keep this transport here, and we'll move this. Use it to bring this FEC infantry into Calcutta. And I suppose. Well, yeah, I mean, that one I can definitely put in port. Now, one of these days I can get the hang of these import markers. All right, so this heavy cruiser is still left in Sea Zone I-11. Provide a small speed bump to the entire Japanese fleet. This Anzac transport's also going to port. It's going to deliver this motorized infantry to the 96th. I'm going to move these two ships, Anzac ships, over to Sea Zone P73, a little closer to the action. But otherwise, I don't think that's good there. So I think we can move on to place units. So start with, well, go and just pick up all these things. Alright, so the rail is going to be from Belgian Congo to Sudan. I just have to remove this Italian scourge, and then I will actually have a full rail line and complete that strategic objective. It's got to happen. Just got to have faith. This light cruiser, or sorry, heavy cruiser, I'm going to put into Sea Zone A22. And then this FECAA gun will, of course, go in Calcutta, I'm sure to everyone's surprise. And then this Anzac militia will go into Sydney, again to everyone's surprise. Alright, so that's the turn. Now on to collect income. So the Anzac collects, no, sorry, this is the wrong one. Anzac collect +2 if there's no enemy warships within 2 seasons of Australia. And FEC collects +2 if Aden and Lower Egypt are Allied possessed. So both of these things are true, and then the regular British get +3 for Lower Egypt, +2 for Iran being Allied possessed or neutral. I don't get the no enemy unit of the British Commonwealth convoy line. Wouldn't that be nice? So the British are, I believe it's 37 right now. I'm sure that won't last long, but we'll take it while we can. Which thing did I move then? There's not a second one, right? That's screwy. Anyway, the British should definitely be at 37 and the Germans at 27. But I hit Control Z without realizing it. Anyway, British should be at 37 +5, so that's 42 for British home country. FEC is at 14 +2, so that's 16. Anzac's at 7 +2, so that's 9. So So let's do that. 16. Oh, that's right. +1 save. Alright, so going into next turn, the British should be at 42, FEC should be at 17, and Anzac should be at 10. Alright, so now we'll move on to Free French. I'm going to designate Free French capital as Northern Algeria. Hopefully I won't live to regret that, but I think it makes the most sense. Gonna move, I'm gonna do non-combat. This Free French light carrier will move into Sea Zone M2. This Free French transport will go into port. Oh yeah, I hadn't. No, I guess it doesn't matter now. All right. Yeah. So Free French transport in port. This Free French destroyer is going to go on escort duty. This Free French submarine will also move into Sea Zone M2. And I don't think we have literally any other units, so that'll be that. And don't do tech rolls, we don't do any of that. We have 3 IPP income, so we will collect our first 3 IPP and hope for the best. Alright, this has been BlindCamel with Operation Smoking Snakes, turn 3, signing off.